Hi, I'm Gigi Gorgeous. I'm a YouTuber, model, actress, author, and host of Queerified, a new podcast I'm doing with my longest friend ever and BFF, Mimi. Come listen every week as we talk to special guests in the LGBTQIA+ community, and some allies too.
This is a space that's safe for you. Please listen to and follow Queerified, available now for free on Odyssey, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you get your podcasts.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
This is the WCBS 880 Morning News Roundup.
It's primary day, but we may not know the winners until next month. I'm Marla Diamond in Brooklyn.
The Islanders are on their thinnest ice yet after getting absolutely blown out last night.
And Brad Heller will tell us about the first active NFL player to come out.
Columbus Day, back on the school calendar. I'm Sean Adams in Randolph.
40 years ago today in New York City, Mark David Chapman dropped his temporary insanity defense, his guilty plea for killing John Lennon, part of our news archives for this date.
And this is Tuesday, June 22nd.
The WCBS 880 Morning News Roundup. A deeper dive into the stories you need to start your day.
Well, there is some nicer weather coming if you can wait till tomorrow, but today it's muggy and there could be another round of some strong storms later on. Good morning, I'm Paul Burdane.
Morning, I'm Wayne Cabot. Out in my neck of the woods, I heard the generators humming this morning. A lot of people waking up with no power this morning. Well, we have a big race today, don't we? Primary election day dawns in New York with races for mayor and comptroller and public advocate, city council, Manhattan borough president, and a new way of determining who wins.
What to expect and win from our first ranked choice election after Marla Diamond in Bed-Stuy, where Eric Adams is about to vote. Marla, how secure is his front-runner status?
Well, Eric Adams has been leading in every poll taken in the past few weeks, and he maintained that lead despite his support of the NYPD, which could put him at odds with primary voters who tend to be more progressive. On the final full day of New York City's mayoral primary campaign, the leading Democratic candidate called his top rival, Andrew Yang, a liar and a fraud.
What is Andrew Yang still doing in this race?
At issue for Adams is Yang's alliance with Catherine Garcia. The two have been campaigning for the past weekend. Adams believes they are trying to suppress the black vote. He got a lot of blowback from the black community, including black candidate Maya Wiley, who said that it is not racist and that Adams may be actually working to suppress the black vote. We won't know the outcome for a few weeks. Adams will vote in a half hour from now here in Bed-Stuy. His residency coming up for debate during the campaign after a published report showed his ownership of an apartment in Fort Lee. And we are live in Brooklyn. Marla Diamond, WCBS News Radio 880.
Don't expect to see final results tonight or tomorrow, maybe even next week.
Be sure that only the eligible votes are counted. Take some time.
Susan Lerner at Common Cause New York, a good government group, has a message for voters and candidates alike. Be patient. The delay isn't due to the new ranked choice voting system, but it's thanks to new state laws around mail-in voting.
That no eligible votes are mislaid or fail to be counted because of a delay in the post office.
The City Board of Elections has said final numbers could take several weeks, though it plans on releasing preliminary first choice results just after polls close. Lerner is hoping candidates honor pledges they have all made to accept the results.
WCBS's Steve Burns on what could be a long wait for results.
The city of New York is being sued by Donald Trump's organization for canceling its contract with the golf course in the Bronx. Trump wants either the right to run it or millions in restitution.
Islanders fans find themselves this morning bleary-eyed from a long and painful 8-0 loss to the Lightning. Many turned off the game in frustration early and went to bed. The result's the same. Islanders fall behind in their playoff series 3-2. So the Islanders have a must-win Game 6 Wednesday night in what could be their last game at Nassau Coliseum.
And Brad Heller is here now with a first in the NFL. Brad.
Good morning, guys. Raiders defensive end Carl Nassib is the first active NFL player to come out as gay. He made the announcement on Instagram yesterday, saying that he finally felt comfortable to get it off his chest.
I'm a pretty private person, so I hope you guys know that I'm really not doing this for attention. I just think that representation and visibility are so important.
Commissioner Roger Goodell said in a statement that the league is proud of Carl for courageously sharing his truth. And Raiders head coach John Gruden told ESPN, "I learned a long time ago what makes a man different is what makes him great." Wayne and Paul.
Brad, thank you. That town in New Jersey that said goodbye Columbus has changed its mind. And we'll hear about that next.
The WCBS 880 Morning News Roundup.
Let's go to the WCBS Weather Center with the forecast now. Maybe a lot of people are experiencing what I experienced, and that is dodging tree limbs, including a giant one on my driveway that I left for my wife to clean up later. She'll be grateful for that.
Aren't you nice?
Matt Rindy's here. What's ahead, Matt?
Well, not quite that bad of an activity, but we do have some shower and thunderstorm activity expected along the way as a cold front is moving eastward. But it looks like it's going to be underway from midday into the evening hours, so could slow things down through your lunch hour and the afternoon and evening commute. But we'll have an early high of 75. Temperatures will be in the 60s this afternoon and evening, and then as skies clear later tonight, it'll be cool. Low down to 56 in the city, some inland suburbs into the 40s, and then nice weather to follow tomorrow and Thursday. Mostly sunny skies. Oh, boy, very nice afternoons. High 76 tomorrow, 78 for a high on Thursday. Still nice on Friday with a mix of sun and clouds. We'll have a high up to 77. And then what I consider a little bit more like beach weather for the weekend for Saturday, we'll have partly sunny skies. It'll be a little warmer and a little more humid with a high up to 82. Right now it's mostly cloudy. Temperatures range from 70 in White Plains to 75 in Little Neck. In Midtown at 73, going up to 75.
The WCBS 880 Morning News Roundup.
And the New Jersey school district that invented a novel approach to days off on the school calendar is going back to the old drawing board.
And Sean Adams is in Randolph with the latest on that. Sean.
Well, Randolph's school board got an earful last night.
I respectfully urge you to step down. Thank you.
Parents fumed about the Columbus Day flip-flop. In recent years, some people have questioned the Italian explorer's legacy with respect to his treatment of native people. Well, Randolph's Board of Education took a look and changed Columbus Day to Indigenous Peoples Day. There was an angry backlash, so the board changed course and adopted a calendar with no holiday names. That turned out to be gasoline on a fire. Parents vented their fury last night. The board pulled an about-face again and restored the holiday names, including Columbus Day. Paul, Wayne?
Will there still be an Indigenous Peoples Day, though, Sean?
Well, for now, the way it looks now, it seems like no, not at this time. One person suggested, how about a hybrid name? That drew boos from the crowd. So this is not the end of the issue, though. There's going to be a committee that will review the calendar and take into consideration public comments, so there could be more discussions to come.
In Randolph, Sean Adams. Morning, it's Tuesday. It's the WCBS Morning News Roundup. I'm Wayne Cabot.
And I'm Paul Murnane, and here are your 3 things to know.
James Michael Tyler, who played Gunther on Friends, is urging men to get a PSA test after learning that he has and will probably die from prostate cancer.
My specific cancer went to the bones before it could be stopped, before I realized I had it.
He is 59.
Number 2, New York State reported 10 COVID-19 deaths yesterday, down from a daily peak of around 800. Nationally, COVID deaths have fallen below 300 a day, first time since March of 2020.
And a third thing, a New Jersey laboratory has come up with a rapid analysis test that specifically looks for the Delta variant.
Now for our news archives, 88 seconds in sound right now. On this date, June 22nd.
1987, Tom Seaver, 2 weeks and a day after his announced return to the Mets, decides to retire. He said his arm had no pitches left. Mets broadcaster Howie Rose not surprised Tom Seaver made the Hall of Fame with a record percentage of votes, or that Citi Field lists its address as 41 Tom Seaver Way.
He remains canonized by not only the New York Mets organization, but Mets fans around the world.
Tom Terrific died in the summer of 2020 with dementia.
No mainstream flooding is expected at this time.
The Weather Bureau was wrong. Hurricane Agnes dumped a half year of rain to start the summer of '72. Floods killed 48 Pennsylvanians and 3 CBS News reporters in a helicopter that crashed. Homes were washed away. Train tracks were so twisted, the Erie-Lackawanna filed for bankruptcy. People turned to radios, desperate for help, and an evacuation alert on AM radio station WPTS is credited with saving some 60,000 lives. 1982, New York City. Don't even think of parking here signs go up in Manhattan along the bus lanes that Mayor Koch ordered on 3rd Avenue. Red thermoplastic strips were supposed to keep cars out. Now they use cameras to catch violators. 1981.
Do you think he is insane? Yes, I certainly do. There's no doubt in my mind about that. Insane. Legally insane, that's correct.
Mark David Chapman decides to drop his defense of temporary insanity in the killing of John Lennon, and he pleads guilty. And though he got 20 years for the murder, he's still in prison. Parole denied 11 times. 1963. Fingertips, released by Little Stevie Wonder, age 13. And the drummer here for Stevie Wonder and other Motown acts was a man who would go on to find legend status all of his own, Marvin Gaye. This is June 22nd.
I never knew that. Marvin Gaye on drums in that record.
I didn't know it either.
Yeah.
Until I looked at it and said, well, look at that. That's Marvin Gaye on the drums. What do you know? It's the WCBS Morning News Roundup. You can download this as a podcast wherever you get yours. Just type in WCBS 880 Morning News Roundup.
The WCBS 880 Morning News Roundup. A deeper dive into the stories you need to start your day.
For the ones who know safety isn't a catchphrase, it's a culture. And the ones who help make sure everyone makes it home safe. For the safety-minded who watch everyone's backs, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry, as well as safety assessments and training to keep your facilities safe and your people safer. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.